Alright, I had to get my cool shit straight because I'm going to start this with cool shit. First of all, cool shit, always weird shit. I like weird shit. This shirt, I think I'm supposed to wear it like this. Like, I don't know. Yeah. Look, I think that is how I'm supposed to wear it. And then, like, you tighten it here. Yeah, shit, well, I figured it out every day. Dressing myself. Just like, how do I even do it? Other cool stuff I found. Emptying out old boxes of teaching things. I found a fuck ton of stickers, and then in addition to a fuck ton of stickers, I found these. I don't know if anyone recognizes these, but they've haunted me since childhood. And then when I became a teacher, I found them so that I could similarly haunt other children. But I took them out of the classroom with me when I left there. One of the things I took, that and a fuck ton of stickers. Not this shirt, though. I don't know, like, I was in my 20s when teaching. I feel like I look better now, and it's because of the lack of stress. I don't deal well with conflict. Contrary to what the message boards. I guess I, like, this is my live. So, like, I guess if, I don't know if anyone's even on here. It's funny. It's, like, made out to be such a funny, funnily big thing. But I don't know. I have nothing to say. But I do have my verbal autobiography in Time Out Tavern tonight. And I'm going to put this in my nose. It's a weed leaf. Dope. Alright. Let's see. So, the journal of me. I got some new Dress to Kill dates. I'll be posting more about them. I also have some other stuff. Man, I think it would be worth hesitating before anyone ever says a phrase like, I wish more people thought like me. I definitely don't, like, want to wish the burden of that on to everyone. But it's hard. Maybe it's not, I don't want people to think like me, but I just wish, like, certain decisions people made were similar. I feel like, well, largely my moral code is, like, if people are respecting other people's choices and decisions kind of a thing, or other people's, like, kind of sort of wants, as long as other people, like, everyone's wants are, I don't know, it's, there's the things we consent to, too, so, like, we're like, all right, like, I don't want to work, but I will trade my time for money, like, and it's not, like, you know, the state of the world's what it is right now, but I am very, is it optimistic? I guess I was like an idealist when I went into teaching after, or well, during the end of college and then after, like, they would always say, at the graduate school, not to be so idealistic, but I don't know, I'm a shoot for the stars kind of person. I believe in us. I'm learning to believe in myself. I wonder if this is cutting out. I can't tell. Nope, it still says live. I can't see. Again, I don't have glasses on. They're over there. Alright, let's see. It is at random again. And it's how I get around town. Bicycle, I do not know how to ride a bike. And I am against learning how to ride a bike. I do not really use the bus. Although, it's funny, man, this book must ask the same questions. I feel like I've definitely talked about taking public transportation on here before. The more a city is built up around public transportation, the easier it is to do. So, like, I went to New York a few times, and I didn't take the lead necessarily on getting us around, but I will say it was not the worst. The BART, you know, BART is the BART. I honestly am way more familiar with the BART than the stuff on the East Coast. Sacramento, that's the place where people piss in your tote bags. I say based off of, like, one incident from the year 2010. Do I use a car or a van? I do. I drive a Honda Civic. It's the cutest Honda Civic ever. I've got some really cool stickers. I'm going to get some flames to put on it soon. Pink flames. So, one thing you will learn quickly about me if you watch these lives is that I have terrible internet. It's okay though. I pray to be blessed with internet, and I've always had bad internet, which I'm guessing is the blessing, is that I'm not supposed to have good internet. Maybe I'd be just too much on it. Who knows? I am personally not a big fan of social media. I love a cute social media, and sometimes I feel sad. I love to scroll through my own Instagram, look at pictures, and it's like a little scrapbook of life. I even like to see my friends' stuff. It doesn't make me like sad or anything. I'm always like, hell yeah, look at us all come up doing our best lives. But yeah, I don't have great internet. I used to game, and I used to mod games, and yeah. Both me and my brother were always at that point like, just get better equipment for it. It wasn't so much like I was thinking, okay, if I have the equipment, I would get like the internet. But my brother got the better equipment, so then he got all the internet. The siphoning equipment. All right. Let's see. I would never, like, if I don't know how to ride a bike, I sure as fuck don't know how to ride a moped. Also motorcycle, I don't. Talk about my brother again. He's come up. He got hit. He had a motorcycle for a while. He might still have it. I don't know where he is at on selling that. But he got hit, not bad, but like tapped, but it was enough to fuck him up. Like, if I'm not gonna ride a bike, if I am not gonna ride a bike, I'm not gonna ride a motorcycle. All right, rollerblades. Nah, I'm not second grade anymore. My friends have better birthday parties now, like with beer and shoes that don't roll the fuck around. You can hold hands without pulling each other down. Skateboard. The only time away I've ever ridden a skateboard is sitting on it and going down a slope. But I will say, I've gone down some slopey slopes. My dad went down the same slope I went down as a kid. Like this is a drunk parent moment, not realizing your parent's drunk. Oh wait, no, this wasn't my dad. Shit, I have my family thing. I've had 2 family members crash on skateboards, doing the shit the kids were doing. Subway. I was talking about East Coast things again, the East Coast public transit, so relay back to that. I relay back to that. Train. So train is actually, I think, a really comfortable way to travel. I've had very few opportunities to ride like a legit train, but I was very comfortable when I did. However, like, autism aside, I'm a girl. Trains aren't really my thing. I think that, again, they're a comfortable form of travel because, you're not as crammed as in the sky. But you have a lot more outlets and space, and you don't have to drive like in a car. And you're not on water like a boat. And you go really slow like a sloth. But I don't know, the chewing kind of like, it's not that I hate it, but it's like not my favorite fucking sound in the world. I don't know if you guys could hear that behind me, but it's, I don't have like money to buy the foundation color I have, so I'm just mixing 2 until I do. Or just like, until I use up these 2. All right, walk. I like to walk. Took me a long time to learn to walk. I could talk pretty early, but walking was something I had a hard time with. They actually put a cast on me in 2nd grade, not because I broke my leg, but to correct my walking. I was a weird walker, but I'm glad I learned it. It's a skill I use every day. I think I've said that before on this too. I used to do a lot more walking. I'm now like, I don't know. I have other shit going on. Comedy and stuff. And driving's more suited for it. Like, okay. If you can drink, your favorite alcoholic beverages are, okay, I'm a big fan of vodka. I love vodka and fruit juice. I'm a fan of drinking. Especially if it tastes good. Like anything a child would drink. So I'm a big fan of blended stuff. My favorite is like something raspberry lemonade blended is amazing. But basically whatever's in the blender, I'm gonna like. I'll do a peppermint schnapps faux show too, if the season or my mood is feeling it. More, okay, let's see. Classic comedies and film. So like classic comedies and film that not necessarily favorites, but just that I'm thinking of. Well, shit, planes, trains, and automobiles right now for some reason. Why? Were we just talking about holidays? I'll have to go back and watch. I don't know. Also, the jerk. Part of the jerk, like the thing with the. I'm just glad we don't have the yellow pages anymore. But the internet is that worse? I feel like it's not. There's a lot of people on the internet. Like a few pages to flip through in the yellow book. Ooh, also, Mel Brooks. Ooh, and on that note, Monty Python. I'm slow going, but I'm working on sketch stuff. I'm going to get it together. We're going to do a sketch thing. We got it. We're George Brett Olson. Follow him on Instagram. I think it's at George Brett Olson. Yeah, he's dope. Mad Princess energy. Disney princess energy. He talks to animals. All right. Modern comedies. I like stoner comedies. What did I see recently? I don't know. I like goofy stuff. I am a big fan of parodies. Like the scary movies, they did all of those. I did like all those. Okay. Hell yeah. Today is Saturday. Even if you're a sad turd, hopefully you don't have to work. You can be a sad turd on a day off. All right. Childhood meals I love. Okay. I got an eating disorder, at least mine did, if it didn't like show up enough to be noticed pretty young. So it kind of distorted food for me. I definitely have always been like a fan of like, I guess, dessert and candy kind of sorts of things. I will say though, both my parents have like a home cooked meal that I think that they excel particularly at. My mom makes a great meatloaf and my dad makes a great tuna casserole. Neither of those foods as words sound like they would be good tasting, but both my parents make them in a way that are. Quotes and phrases you like or often say. Oh, I'm a big fan of quotes and phrases. And I guess I'm a big fan of the thing where you kind of like, I don't know. I almost don't control the phrases and stuff I use. It's like the same thing with my hands. It just starts to happen. I was like my mind will pick up. Like when I kept saying sick for a while, and then we even started to think now that was like a Freudian slip of the subconscious for what I was thinking about being sick and not dope. I like dope. I like hyphy and lit and crunk. And ballin'. I like words. And I'm going to do eyeshadow. And I'll be back on live after. Unless I die. It's not going to happen. Oh, man. I was gone in a long time. I wish I alived all of the stuff that I did in the meantime between... like, I'm back now with more eyeshadow. But, like, during that time I was doing the more eyeshadow. By the way... Not perfect, but good. One thing I want to like learn is to do the dewy makeup. I've always had a naturally greasy face that I think would suit it well. But yeah, during the dead time, I was, well, doing my eyeshadow, listening to music louder because no copyright. Taking care of business, answering messages, and daydreaming because I'm one of those types. I always thought if I had a baby and the baby was a girl, I would name it Reverie. But I will say, having had a recent pet pregnancy scare, not leaning toward having a baby. I was like, oh mind. Alright. Let's put everyone around me. So, I left off on color. Well, starting now. Colors I like. All of them. Rainbow is my favorite color. I'm a big fan of color. It's one of my things between me and like the creator, which keeps me hanging on, is some of the promises, like when I thought I wanted to die, some of the things, not right away, but since I know it's promised me, is that I'll see, like, coming to peace with places I would never get to see that I wanted to, but was fine with not seeing if it meant being out of misery. I will get to see. So hell yeah, Japan. I can't wait to see you. Also other places that are even more simple, like San Diego again. But also, one of the things, because I like color a lot, I didn't even think I even realized it until, like, more the post 29 years, which were my rock bottom, but they were like where I got to a point where I thought I would never be happier. Who knows? It does get better, and then it gets worse, and it gets better, and then you're comfortable, then you're uncomfortable, but overall you're more comfortable. But one of the other promises was color. That I would have a lot of color in my life. Just that I do like color. The whole rainbow, especially like pink, even though it's not on the traditional rainbow, which I think is funny. But I like all the colors. It's always hard to choose. I remember sometimes as a kid, if we were doing something where everyone was lining up and, like, I don't know, we're gonna put our hands to some paint, the colors we could choose, I would sometimes almost, if they didn't have pink, which I would always go for, or like suggest the mixing of the red and the white, I would probably just choose the color that the kid before me picked. And I actually got that idea off of one of my first best friends in first grade. She would do that. She, like, whatever color the person before her picked, she would pick that same one. So, like, whether or not she liked it, I don't know. I guess even now, even thinking about that, as a kid, I thought that was interesting. I don't know. I was like, yeah, makes sense. Like, when in doubt, like, I think she would get nervous because she'd be put on the spot. So she'd be like, I don't fucking know. Like, yellow. Hell yeah, Amanda. She has a different last name now because she's married. I think she lives in Australia. Hot shit. Yeah, my old elementary school best friends are hot bitches. Hot ladies. Doing cool shit. Raising good existences. I'm working on my special. It's going to be called Netflix and Chill. And then I fucked a dry bar wet. Things I would enjoy about being famous. Opportunities to give other people, particularly their kids. Call me a bitch, but I'm a big fan of nepotism. However, like, okay, I wouldn't just be doing like any shitty kids. It's just that, like, the people I hang out with are very talented and very fearless and very full of love. And I just know, like, the children that they, like, will bring into this world, and the children that they have brought into this world and that they are raising up are going to be, like, I mean, no offense to their parents, but probably even better versions, like, especially with the combinations and stuff. So or if not parents, then the people in their lives that are raising them, because that too, I also know, it's not necessarily traditional parents, but the adults in their life that are adding to the community of that. I always get kind of like, even though I don't have kids and it's not necessarily like something that I am striving or at all in a plan I foresee again. Like when faced with pregnancy scare, I was like, not gonna do it. Like, dear God, please forgive me for this abortion now. Please, dear God, don't make me have one. Things I would dislike about being famous: trying to run errands and people interrupting me. Also, one thing that I actually, because I think I'm gonna be famous someday, and I really appreciate the time it takes for me to like be where I need to be. I'm either gonna be famous or dead someday. I appreciate like the time it takes to get me where I need to be, because there's something about being interruptible. Like if you're interruptible and you're famous and you're like in a bad mood, all of a sudden that's a huge ass thing. They're like, so and so, like she snapped at someone by the produce aisle and she had a fucking camel toe. That gross bitch. Like I am ever since I was a child, I almost have like the anxiety of feeling like I'm constantly performing in some way for something, even when alone. Um, I don't always perform perfectly. In fact, more often than not, I perform quite imperfectly. So, I definitely have some things to learn before I'm famous. But when I come up, when the homies come up, we all come up. I don't I don't I don't believe in what's on paper. I threw out all three of my scales yesterday, and that's a big move for me. I mean, I know that might not seem like that to anyone that knows, like, we all have our own dope lives, but for me that's a big deal because I had not one, two, but three scales. And I did not buy them all at once, but over time, because I would untrust the scale. Like, no wonder I'm not good at relationships. I would have a scale to weigh myself and then be like, I don't trust this scale. The scale's lying to me. And then go buy another scale. Just stack it on top of the other one. There was a point where I would weigh myself on all three scales and take an average and be upset about it. And the average would be a negligible, let's say the most 8, let's say like average probably 3 to 4. And it would be like my day. That's how you could be as cool as I am and do so little in a life. And it's mental illness, not schizophrenia, not even necessarily autism, but like anorexia. All the numbers. Bulimia when anorexia fails, but also anxiety can just I could anxiously do that. I could be so afraid that I just throw up. It's a whole thing. So yeah, that has definitely been something that is not my coolest trait. But cool bitch shit. Cool lady shit. Cool ladies support ladies. Nothing bad to say about anyone. If I don't have time to read responses, I definitely don't have time to randomly find someone I'm jealous of and respond. Although jealousy is such a weird thing. I don't know. When homies come up, we all come up. I love that I have pretty friends and talented friends. I have friends that are prettier and more talented than me, and I kind of feel like that's a fucking flex. Like, hell yeah, I reach for friends. It's like sick. Yeah, they like me. Like, they're not related to me. They're not even trying to fuck me. Like, they just like me. And that's sick. That's one of the delights of life. Alright, songs on my playlist right now. Well, what am I listening to? Oh, it's the one that Tell Them What I Do or something. I don't know, it's JID or something. JID, NIV, I don't fucking know. God damn these acronyms. Oh yeah, it's saying I'm good right now, yeah, without needing to know. I have a few different things I've been listening to. I will say shout out to the friends and homies who post stories on their things. I will say, if you ever think that like you're being annoying or no one is listening to your like Spotify playlist or your thing, I do. I get the majority of the music I get is from other people's stories. And not even my friends. Sometimes I'll leave stories playing in the background. I mean, not even my friends, but it will be like stories in the background, and I'll go and look and be like, oh, this is someone I haven't seen in like you know, almost a year. Dope ass music taste. I can't wait till I see you again. Keep my playlist flush. I like that. I like that part about social media. Make the world feel smaller so I can hug it. Yeah. Cool is kind and cute too. Alright, I think I'm gonna be done with this shit except for spraying my face and washing my glasses. Alright, today I spoke to, oh god, in voice, my mom, my dad, my brother, and sister-in-law. Over text, some funny motherfuckers. Can't remember all, but some fucking funny motherfuckers. Especially on some group chats. Some group together, some funny motherfuckers grouped together at some group chats I'm on, so. Kendrick Lamar is very much on my playlist. I don't know. I like him. I can't sing him. Alright, we are going to be alright. Can't not sing this. I have to be very, very careful. Because I just really like Kendrick Lamar. I just really like him. God likes Kendrick Lamar. It's not like my fault. Alright, the name... Oh, wait. This is the one where you have to ask someone something, but since I don't have glasses and can't read responses. Although, if anyone ever wants to tell me answers to these questions, I would love to know what your answers are. To, like, what part of the world do you imagine being the happiest? I answered these a long time ago. They repeat the same questions. And I told a story about doing Molly at Disneyland, which you would think would be the happiest place on the earth, doing the happiest drug, and it backfired. And that's because, well, there's no one in America, nowhere in America where there is a Disney that doesn't get hot as motherfucking balls. Like, way too hot for Molly. Yeah, happiest drug, love drug, and the happiest place on earth, but sweat can deter both those things to varying degrees. Alright. What would you use to lure me into a trap? So fucking easy. In a perfect world, who would I end up marrying? That's a ridiculous question. Everyone knows the answer. What is your favorite moment we've shared? Actually, hold off. I'm going to ask that on my birthday. You guys could take all month to answer. All whoever is watching right now again. I don't know, 2 people. Fuck yeah. Deuces. Double deuces dope. What is the name you think suits me better than my own? Absolutely none. There is one thing about my name. It's not even like it. I love my name now because when I was a kid, I don't know, I wanted like a goofy name, I guess. I didn't realize it then, but like Lucky Charms or something. Like a stripper name, seriously. I wanted as a kid. Although I think I wanted Chloe for a point, and that's the White Lotus name. That's pretty hot. So, once again, what I like comes back in style. Hell yeah. Okie dokie. Thank you guys for existing. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, whoever's still here. Thank you for existing. Thank you for loving. That's kind of the reason to exist. Although it's not always easy. Like existence. So massage the best you can by creating. Remember, it's not in stealing, it's in creating. And there's an abundance. You just believe in your creation. Hell yeah. And when I come back next time, scales of 1 to 10. Once again, them numbers try to thwart me. Gave away 3 scales, and here they are in the book.